craziest way you've gotten a girl's number? I was crushed and suffocated in a conveyor belt work accident. But hey, game is game. The conveyor system was supposed to be down from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. for maintenance. I was bored and had nothing else to do, so at 10 a.m., I decided to do a bit of maintenance on the bit of conveyor that I was responsible for. I was supposed to have an hour to do a 10-minute job. Well, a temp employee didn't know any better and didn't make sure everyone was in the proper position when he was given the word. He started the system up with me lying on it. I fell down onto the next conveyor, and my body was caught between the two with the conveyor I was on hitting me in the head. I couldn't get out the way my arm was pinned behind me, so I had to snap my humerus to get out, which also tore my shoulder to shreds. Once I did get out, I started to go up the conveyor and got caught under what is called a tension bar, which is like 3 inches high above the belt. When I got sucked under that, I heard my back and ribs crack like bubble wrap. The conveyor system then shut down though. But I couldn't get out from under the bar, and every breath I took, it got tighter and tighter until I knew I was going to die. Last thing I remember thinking was, this will be a bad phone call to mom and dad, before I passed out and accepted dying. I have no idea how long I was under that bar, but I woke up to a coworker slapping me in the face with my boss and another coworker over me. I looked around and said, okay, let's get back to work. My boss simply said, nah man. You're pretty messed up. They called an ambulance, and when I got in there I was still conscious. One of the EMTs in the ambulance was absolutely gorgeous. Despite the fact that I was the human version of mashed potatoes, I decided that this was the perfect opportunity to spit some game. Can't keep a dog like me on a leash, even if I have life-threatening injuries. As the ambulance sped towards the hospital, I tried to sit up and chat with the gorgeous EMT, as she was checking my vital signs. Hey there, sorry you have to see me like this. I usually look a little less smashed up, I slurred, attempting a charming grin. Just try to relax, sir, she replied gently. You've been through quite an ordeal from the sounds of it. Relax, schmeelex. I'm fine, now that you're here, I said with a wink. What's your name, beautiful? The EMT suppressed a smile. My name's Samantha. And you probably have a concussion on top of your other injuries, so let's just focus on keeping you stable right now. Come on Samantha, don't be like that, I mumbled, trying and failing to flex my one unbroken arm. We should talk, get to know each other. I can tell we'd really hit it off. Samantha checked the monitors tracking my vital signs. Your blood pressure is way too high. Try to stay calm and conserve your energy. I am calm. I protested. In fact, I'm so calm, you should really go on a date with me when I get out of the hospital. I know all the best spots in town. Samantha patted my shoulder. Tell you what, if you focus on healing up for now, and still want to take me out once you're recovered, ask me again then and I'll consider it. Deal? I gave a dopey thumbs up and grin. Deal. You won't regret it, I promise. This won't keep me down for long. As I finally started to fade from my adrenaline rush, Samantha nodded approvingly and continued monitoring me closely. I may not have impressed her with my busted up flirting, but at least I had a date to look forward to once I got back on my feet. It took me a couple months, but I eventually recovered from my conveyor belt injuries. As soon as I was able, I looked up Samantha and asked her out for that date I had promised. To my surprise, she happily accepted. Over dinner I got to properly introduce myself to her, no pain medication or blood loss clouding my brain this time. Turns out we had quite a bit in common and conversation flowed smoothly. Samantha even admitted she found my loopy ambulance pickup lines endearing, once she knew I'd be alright. We've been dating for 4 weeks now. So even though it was highly unconventional, my incoherent flirting somehow led to the start of an amazing relationship. Samantha still jokes I was so charismatic that day, I almost talked her into a date despite bleeding out in front of her. While the injuries from the accident still suck, at least I got Samantha out of it.